Greetings, beautiful people. So in this video, first of all, I want to give a shout out to the moon. Friday the 13th, full moon. Special spiritual holiday. I mean, we're not going to see a moon like this for another 100 years about, right? And there's a lot of energies going around. A lot of energies. All right? So if you really want to talk about full moon harvest, it all comes back to basically what you are vesting your energy into. And notice I said vesting because there's a difference between investing and vesting. See, investing requires work, requires effort, money for a favorable result. Vesting is basically ownership of something. All right? So when I look at this word in, I'm going to give a shout out to Dolo the Flight Boss, okay? Because he was making a video and he said something about be careful what you put yourself into, the in. Like it all starts from the indoctrination, right? But be careful what you put yourself into. He said something that I like. He said, I believe everything, but I believe in nothing. Okay? I don't believe in anything. So it's crazy because we talk about the indoctrinated. We fall in love. All right? And then you look at the word entertain. Okay? So I was talking to the Mayan Jin the other day. He said something I liked also. He said, you know, does what you're paying attention to entertain you, or are you entertaining it? See, if you really look at it, entertain. You could attain, detain, but entertain. All right. Now, basically, when you're looking at this from an energy space, okay, we entertain things because again, we look at this word in, the in. Okay, now let's say somebody pisses me off. All right, the ego, of course, it's the first line of defense. That's the ego. All right, and if you look at how this works, there's always going to be that little something that says, "Are you going to let this motherfucker get away with that?" And then, you know, you can agree because when you consent, that means that it's kind of like you agree. You know how when you sign a contract, you put your signature on it. Your energy signature is what's at stake here. Okay? So here's how you get. You're like a hoe. You're getting pimped, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because when that little something tells you you're gonna let that motherfucker get away with that, see, this little thing that we listen to and say, no, I'm not gonna let this motherfucker get in the way or get away with that. What do? We entertain it and get into a fight. We get into a fight. Now you could Google any of these words, okay? Any one of these words you can Google. Everything says the act of. Even when you know what's funny is that even when you're fighting, you're still acting. So, you know, why I love professional wrestling, meaning like, you know, fake wrestling, WWE. See, at least these people, all right, are fake fighting, but at least they can build a character, okay? Now, they are also feeding from the fans that they have, okay? See, when you get into a fight, okay, which you're still acting and you're also fighting with yourself, you literally are giving your power and energy away, okay? And you're getting fucked up, or you fucking the other person up, which means you're still fucking yourself up, okay? Because what's happening is that all that energy that you're putting out, anger, whether it be fear, rage, hatred, whatever told you to go engage in that is eating off of you. So it's eating off of you. You're putting all the work and effort. So you're not vested. You just literally fucked yourself over by engaging in something. Engage, which is funny because the word en, all right, is entretener, which means the same way as entertain. En means enter in Spanish. Entrar means to go in. Entrar. So it's crazy, but just thinking about the decisions and choices that we make we literally, all right, literally fuck ourselves over. Okay? And this is why it's important to be conscious and aware of where and why you're putting your energy out, and knowing what are you getting in return out of it. If you get into a fight with somebody, what are you getting out of it? Let's say you fuck the dude up, all right? Or you fuck the girl up. What do you get out of it? Your ego is pride. What does it mean? It's the same way like we can ask ourselves, what does money mean? You know, a lot of people, you know, full moon, what's the first thing they're going to think about? Physical abundance, but they don't think about anything else other than physical abundance. This is what the majority think about. I'm not saying everybody does, but the majority think about. Whenever you, and I mentioned this in another video, if you had a wish, the majority would think about physical abundance, right? But what about self-empowerment, to what it really means to be self-empowered? And have you even thought about that? Okay, there's just certain things that always come back to self. This is why, look, and I made the video on psychedelics. I have nothing against people who take psychedelics. Nothing at all. It's just the question I ask is, how many people have tried to activate this spirit molecule within them, okay, naturally, before engaging in it outside of yourself? Nothing wrong with engaging in it outside of yourself. Nothing wrong with doing anything outside of yourself if you know what the fuck you're doing. But your mind, it's the same way. I can give somebody $1 million. It's not going to make them feel fulfilled if they're all fucked up in the game up here. Fucked up in the game of life, the game of Matrix. If you're fucked up in the game, what is that $1 million going to do for you? Just clear out some debt, but where's your fulfilling? See, and we could compare pain. Pain, yeah, we all have traumas and pains. Okay? But are we just recovering from pain? Because they say time heals everything. So are we just recovering, or are we getting rid of pain? Because I can go to the gym and I'm going to recover from the pain. But then when I go to the gym and up the ante up and really up the intensity, what's going to happen? The pain's going to come back. Right? But is that the same pain as the trauma and pain that would come back because of a trigger the same exact way? Now, it's kind of like you pull things from the roots. You say this is where it stems from. So you pull it from the roots. If not, it grows back. This is where you start from the ground up. So, I mean, the indoctrination is where it all started from, but it's not. You see, I like a saying that Alan Watts says. Alan Watts says, you're not, and I'm going to get into the meat of this video, which is my intent to why I even made this video, but you're not born into the world, you're born out of the world. See, I like that, like the waves coming in, right? The waves coming in, this is the water, all right? And you were birthed out of the world, okay? Now, you always say, my mother's my world, right? When you are born, your mother's water breaks, okay? And what happens? You're birthed out of your world. Everybody outside of you is a star, all right? A planet, a universe in and of itself. You happen to just be born out of that world, okay? You came out of the womb. And there's certain things that happen when you're not birthed through the womb. And if you're taken out by C-section, there's always complication. But we'll get into that in another video. All right? So it's very important when you are born naturally out of the womb. So, you know, I like that saying a lot, because the things that we look out outside of ourselves, we entertain certain theories, certain certain things that say human history, okay, is kept from us. All right, the secrets of our life, the human history is occulted. But here's the thing, though, it's human his story, and history can always be rewritten. I've noticed this. Now, here's another thing, though. See, we're in this realm, okay? We have to play the part as a human, right? So you have to just know that you are not human. So what do any one of those human affairs really matter to you in your now present moment? Okay? See, I'm not saying that finding things, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. But a lot of people put in emotions and put in a lot of beliefs and a lot of, see, they'll start to put everything, mental pictures of it in a human way. All right? When I start to hear about the apocalypse and the gods and the titans are coming back and all that, and then you start to put things outside of you bigger than you. You're just a puny human. The titan and the gods is really you coming back. If you can clear and clean yourself, you will create some serious mud floods in the toilet when you take in that blood plasma. Okay? What happens afterwards? All the mythical creatures they talk about, doesn't that look like all the microbes within your body that are all ingested from all the foods that you ate? Talking about the muds solidify and all that. I mean, pay attention to all the words that are used in every single kind of aspect. Round earth, flat earth. If we discovered the earth was flat, what would it do for you right now? You see, you're a human right now. You have to play the part. Okay? You got to play the part. We all have the ego. But see, as a human, your job is to be in the now moment. Why do you think when you visualize, the way that you can manifest things is already visualizing it in the now moment? The wrong way to do it would be you thinking of the process of how to get there. Now you're getting into another force's way. Because the process is not going to happen because it's not in your now moment. See, that's why they say visualize it as if it's already here. Like you feel like it's already here. Like you already have it. Whatever it is that you want. And half the times, you may be shown what it is that you want. You may not even know what you want yourself. You may be shown what you want. And this is why I say we're looking at everything inverted. Okay? We're looking out at everything, but instead we need to be looking at it from the inside out. Okay? We need to be looking at it from the inside out. We weren't born into the planet. We were birthed out of it. Okay? This is important to know. Anything other than that, you're just getting in the way. You're trying to control and you don't need to control. You are so powerful that all you need to do in your now moment is focus and position yourself to what it is that you want and allow the rest to just happen. But the only way it's going to happen is if you believe in yourself more than you believe in anything else. You need to believe in yourself. That's the most important thing. If you're not in your now moment, for example, all right, for like we talk about let's say the rainforest, all right? We say all the animals died, all right? All the people in that village died. Area 51. Do you notice all the emotions that some people put into it, okay? The mud floods, the apocalypse. You see, here's the funny thing. I see that, oh, we must prepare for the apocalypse. Do you see how people come out of their now moment? You're preparing for an apocalypse that is not even here right now. So what are you doing? You're going to manifest because you are positioning yourself for that by prepping for something that is not here in your now moment. That is amazing. That is amazing. And then we talk about cavemen. That cavemen knew what they were doing. They used the writings on the walls and the hieroglyphs. You know what I think and I see by this theory? That you are still a caveman, but you're just out of your cave. See, your cave would be your vessel. Go within. Your altar, if you have one, is your check-in center. Is more like your back cave. See, we all are cavemen. We're just not going in the cave. Shout out to Firedrake, man. Firedrake put out a really good video. He was going over a video, and I gotta finish. I think I got like 20 minutes left of it, but a lot of good points in that video. It was his very last one. I'm sorry, I don't know what he titled it. I completely forgot, but I will put it in the description. So, you know, you're here. If you were birthed out of this world, that means you are outstanding. You're out of it. And what a lot of people try to do, they try to fit in, right? Why would you need to try to fit in when you're meant to stand out? You need to stand out, not follow crowds, not worry about what other people think, regardless of their position. You see, here's another thing that's also very important, is be very grateful for where you're at right now. Because a lot of people, they talk about yogis, they say that the quickest way to ascend is going into a cave or a mountain and just disconnecting from the world, leaving all behind. Now, listen, nothing wrong with that. But do you know how I see this? This is how I see it. A person who's doing that is not appreciating, all right? They're not appreciating their human form that they are partaking in. See, here's the thing. You have to know that you're right here in this 3D realm, but you are not of this realm. You're not of this world. You're not of this earth. Okay? It's funny, but I look at trees. The tree has all the roots on the bottom. There's always going to be pictures that show you, you know, you have all the nerves that come from here and they connect throughout your entire body. We are literally the roots. We are the soil. And the way to become that tree is literally, this is what the crown chakra is. You come out from your crown chakra. And this is how you bloom, you blossom, you become what you're supposed to be. See, the same way that, and this is pretty cool. You're birthed into the world, okay? As above, so below. This is how your spirit comes in. And then if you see, your physical vessel comes out from your mother, okay? They have a communion. Your mom's umbilical cord is still attached to her etheric body. So, or her astral body. Now, you are attached, your umbilical cord is attached to your mom physically until it gets cut. When you die here in this physical realm, your astral cord gets cut from your essence, from your energy signature. It literally is as above, so below. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, the most important thing is the more you even pay attention and put emotions and energy into human affairs, the more you even consent to being human, and the more your mentality stays attached to being a human, and the more you stay attached to this realm rather than moving forward, getting past all this. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I don't make videos of conspiracy or anything like that. But I've been triggered these past few days. I really have. And I've been aware of this. And I want you to know ahead of time that I am aware of this. I don't want it to sound like I'm complaining, because everything is a reflection. Everything is right. And I'm aware of this. But this is where I need to focus myself in position. And why is it that I get triggered with certain things that I have came across, certain topics that have came across me? You get what I'm saying? I feel like I get into a warlike mentality. See, because lately I've been seeing a lot of bullshit, okay? And a lot of people, listen, one thing I could tell you is that there's a feeling that you get when you know somebody's bullshitting you. There's a feeling you get when you know somebody's lying to you, like, or just, or they have some type of fear within them. There's a feeling that I can't express. It's just a feeling, you know? And it comes from your gut. Everything lights up when you see something, and for some reason I get into this warlike mentality. Not saying it's a bad thing, not saying it's a good thing. But there's things that I do want to shed light on. You know what I mean? Why would I not shed light on a topic? But one thing I could tell you is like, this is also important. A lot of people are hypnotized. They'll watch something and they're aware of the fact that they could decipher the code and all that. But don't forget, there's certain things that can hypnotize, very easily hypnotize somebody. And when you're being hypnotized is when you're not aware that you're hypnotized. That's why when you go into a hypnosis therapy session, all right, most of the time it's hard to really get hypnotized unless you really surrender and let go. But when you have an expectation of being hypnotized, most of the time you don't get hypnotized. But how easy is it to sit in front of the TV and within minutes, you're already like this? Because you're not aware that you get hypnotized. And there were certain things there like colors, schemes, triggers, and you know, certain sounds, certain words, who knows, whatever it may be. So go back into your cave. Be a caveman. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Take advantage of this energy. All right, this full moon energy. And when people say, you know, they have a, you know, a visualization of whatnot, just make sure it's a really good, empowering visualization. And if you're conscious and aware of all that, because there's a lot, listen, history is pretty funny, all right? It really is. I mean, you could do a lot of research. You could see, you know, because the same way that there's buildings and all that look amazing and all that, but there's also certain monoliths, megaliths and all that. But that only tells you that we were more advanced back then and we're less advanced now, because right now, instead of using the latest piece of technology, which is our vessel, we're utilizing electronics. This is why. And we think we're moving forward, and this is why when we look back, we're like, yo, they're hiding stuff from us. But it's really not that they're hiding stuff from us, is that you don't realize that you're getting played. They keep you away from putting your attention to the mystery, and you're focusing more on the his story. And this is where a lot of people go wrong. This is why I don't get moved. I don't get anything from none of the shit that ever happened back then. It is what it is. I'll know about it, but I'm not going to waste all my energy researching it, because it ain't going to, if I ever did discover something, it ain't really going to do nothing for me. Why do I try to break language down a lot? Because through language, I'm able to empower myself in my now moment, because with language alone, you can disempower yourself without knowing. Because words are spells. Words are spells. So is it empowering me in my now moment to learn what it is that I am speaking? Absolutely. Is it going to empower me right now to learn hypnosis and all that? Absolutely. So I'm going to cut it off here. Like, share, and subscribe. And we'll talk soon.